Hey, how you going? My name's Nat. Welcome to Newsbreak. For most of Australia, this Sunday means the beginning of daylight saving and more time in the sun. But it's actually a bit of a controversial topic here in Australia, and this year some people are calling for changes.
Oh, I just love hunting bugs. But it's getting so dark. I haven't got enough time to collect them all. Ooh, I have an idea. Wait a minute, what's that? Oh, that is horrid.
Yep, we have this bug researcher to thank for daylight saving time. And yes, it's daylight saving, not savings. These days, most of Australia winds its clock forward 1 hour between the first Sunday of October and the first Sunday of April, so people can enjoy more time in the sun later in the day. That might sound pretty great, but it's actually a hotly debated topic here. With WA, Queensland and the NT refusing to join the party, it makes things a little weird in places like Coolangatta and Tweed Heads, where you can cross the road and suddenly be an hour behind. That's why some Gold Coast locals are now asking for special time zone bubbles to be introduced to help people in towns on the border. So why doesn't everyone use daylight saving time? Australia's a big place and it affects people in different ways. Up north, it can mean spending more time in the heat. Some farmers say it freaks out their cows because their milking time changes. In regional areas, it can mean kids catching the morning bus to school in the dark. And then there are people who just reckon it mucks up their sleeping patterns. But if you live in the right place and love bug hunting as much as I do, it's a pretty great idea.
The Opals are through to the final four of the Basketball World Cup. They beat Belgium 86-69 in the quarters and will now face China in the semis.
Jackson.
It was a big night for Aussie icon Lauren Jackson as she delivered her best performance in the green and gold since making her big comeback after 6 years out of the game. Now it's time to head to Toowoomba in Queensland to meet Masa. She runs a weekly radio program and has become the voice of her local Afghan community. Check it out.
سلام دوستان عزیز. خوش آمدید به پروگرام دری.
Hello and welcome to Radio Persia.
The first time I switched on a microphone and spoke in Dari was exciting. I'm 18 and have become the voice of the local Afghan community on Toowoomba's community radio station. There's a lot to talk about. Things people might think are general knowledge are new to migrants and refugees, like opening a bank account or paying an electricity bill, and how to dial emergency services. My family migrated in 2014 from Afghanistan. Although I was really young, I still feel connected to the culture and history of that part of the world. Hearing the language of my birthplace across the airwaves of my new home city was very special. I found it easy to learn English and the Australian way of life because I was young. But it can be harder for older migrants making friends and finding work and overcoming language and cultural barriers. So listening to the radio helps. I love how young Afghans can listen to though and be connected to their culture. When you move to a new place, you can feel unseen and unheard. I'm going to use my voice and whatever else I have to help everyone feel at home.
If you're the best at something, you probably want the whole world to know. And one way of doing that is by getting yourself a world record. Oh, ta. A bunch of new record setters and breakers have just been announced, so let's check them out. That's fancy. World records often have to be a bit wacky and sometimes weirdly specific, like this guy's.
Hi, I'm Jason Auld and I set a Guinness World Records title for the heaviest single weight lifted by barbell overhead press while riding a unicycle.
Yeah, enough said. Or this ice skater who now holds the record for most people backflipped over on ice skates and the longest backflip on ice. But others are nice and simple, like longest single arm handstand, longest 50-50 grind on a skateboard by a visually impaired skater, and longest, cat? Yep, that is the world's tallest living domestic cat. Using all hands and feet, Kimberly from Spain holds the record for most catches with 6 objects in 30 seconds. And Florian from Germany's massive collection of Rubik's Cubes helped earn him the record for largest collection of rotating puzzles. There really is a record for just about anything.
I see the cube as a problem solver. Also has a positive effect on my life.
Now that is going straight to the pool room. See you later.